let me show you right now how we get started with setting up a muscle stimulator to achieve what you're after. Okay, this is one of many muscle stimulators we have. This one is a digital that has a little screen that you can see what's going on. You can also just use a button one, and that's called an analog. Anytime you're doing muscle stimulation, you have to have a control panel, and that's what you see right here. Let me just pull the cover off so you can that. Now, my electrodes are connected to the cable, which is connected to my arm, so that you can actually see the muscle stimulation. We open the top, and here's our power control for channel 1, and if we had another cable in, it would be channel 2. I want to turn it on for you. You can see it's on here. When it first comes on, we're going to hit mode. This first thing would be ramp, and here's rate. Rate is nothing. Let's set our rate. Rate means how many times per second you want the machine to go off and on. I'm going to bring it down to just 4 times, and I'm going to set it. Our pulse width is once the machine comes on, how long does it stay on? And we're dealing in millionths of a second. And I'm going to go up to 300 because that's pretty high. All right, we've set that. After we've done that, then we go over here, and it says, what do we want for ramp time? When the machine comes on, we don't want it to come up very quickly. We want it to come up slowly. That's ramp time. So let me get it back. It's monitoring through. There's ramp. I'm going to set ramp. You see it starts. And I'm going to have it 6 seconds to come up. I'm going to set it. Okay, then it says how long do you want the machine to stay on? And I want to have it stay on for 15 seconds. I'm going to set it. And then how long do you want to rest? Well, that's fine. Let's stay with 15. All right, we see our rate. We're all set up. Now what I'm going to do is turn the machine off because we've got our parameters set. I'm putting my cover back on it. Now when I turn it on, it's preset. You can watch my arm. You see my arm now start. See it jerking? Watch the machine move. The machine ramped up. Now it starts stimulating, and now it's stopped. See, it's giving me a rest. Nothing is moving. The machine is during that rest time, but you always have a ramp up. You keep it on for some time period, and you then have it ramp down so that the patient or you can rest. Here it comes again. And that's where you will have it on. Now, if I were to increase my rate, so it wouldn't pulse, but it would just form if I increased it to say 30, it would go and hold it there. And then it would let it down like that. Rest, you're tetanizing the muscle. Let it rest. That's the principle behind any muscle stimulator. Now, as I told you, there are different parameters you use. One of the parameters is when you first start off and somebody's been hurting or they haven't been able to move, they can't take as long an on time. They can't have you stimulate the muscles for long periods of time because they haven't been using their muscles. So they fatigue out very quickly. So we would probably set it up to have maybe a 10-second on time, but we might have the patient or you go through this procedure 4 times a day, but it's only a 20-minute stimulation. Now, what eventually happens is you regain strength, you're better conditioned, and then you can keep your own time rather than 10 seconds, take it to 50 seconds. But that's an indicator that you're regaining muscle strength and definition, and that's one of the ways you actually use a muscle stimulator. But again, I hope this helped you. This is just to give you an idea. We will at MedFacts work through these with you, but you will actually learn how to use different machines. And then our electrodes on these two are designed, if you were stimulating your quads now, we would use much larger electrodes. Another minor point that people forget about, if you were trying to stimulate the quads, some people want to put an electrode here, and stimulate across there to make the quads. Well, that's not the best placement because electricity's only hitting part of the quad muscles. You would put an electrode here, larger, and you stimulate the entire area for more torque, more force. Anyway, I hope this helps you. Thanks for watching.